Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Stay Together Podcast for the weeks. Yes, that's right, weeks of October 17th and October 24th, 2018. I am Sudon.
I'm Peachy.
And I'm Ooze.
This is going to go right into the comic book review week segment because we're not doing the news. Yep. So let's start with the
Wheel of Destiny. Oh, it's stuck in the middle. Literally, like right in the middle. That's a Peachy.
Oh.
Oh, so sorry.
Do you want to go first?
I don't know if that was I don't know if I wanted to go first or if it was I was owing for you because I know where I'll hit things and I'll go ouch and that didn't hurt me. I may have hurt that, but I go ouch for it.
I'll try to be quick.
What the fuck?
What are we talking about? Hi, welcome to the podcast. That just sort of happened. I was not ready. What are we talking? What books are we talking about this week?
Does it say that in the script?
It does not. No, Sudon said we're going to be discussing last week and this week's books. Mm-hmm. I personally had Daredevil 609. We all shared Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 311.
Yes.
Great cover, again, art by Philip Tan.
Yes.
Very reminiscent to me of some
McFarlane
Spider-Man.
Yeah. I was saying that it's very classic Spider-Man to me for not being a huge Spider-Man person myself, but just very classic look to the costume at least.
Yeah, it definitely felt very classic. Or Peter Parker Spider-Man.
But those are the books that you had for last week. I had, I'm going to be talking about Nightwing number 50, 51, and also Batman number 55, technically, just because it's sort of a little bit of a story. Lots of controversy happening in that one. And then Sudon and I actually share Justice League number 10.
That is correct. I have no independent thought this week, so all I have is Justice League number 10 with Ooze here, and then I just share Spider-Man with both of them.
Yep, and then this week... we have...
we share Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, number 8, and we also share Spider-Geddon number 2.
Spider-Geddon number 2.
Spider-tastic. Yeah, that is the only book that I had to talk about this week, technically, is the Spider-Geddon number 2.
Spider's Brew.
I've got Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Geddon number 2. I was going to talk about Justice League Odyssey, but I got sleepy. And we were going to talk about Return of Wolverine, but digital code issues.
Yeah, there were some issues redeeming. It looks like that Deadpool versus Black Panther book was one of the freebies that they were giving away with the digitals this week. It at least came with at least one of my other digitals that I got, but it wasn't pulling up the Return of Wolverine number 2 when we went to when Sudon and I went to redeem our codes. It just pulled up the freebie Deadpool versus Wolverine, so I shot them out an email, and hopefully we'll get a resolution soon.
We should have it by the time this episode goes up.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And the next issue.
Right? So we'll be catching up on Return of Wolverine
when that comes out.
Yeah.
So what were you going to discuss first, Peachy?
I liked Amazing Spider-Man a lot. Not that I didn't like Spider-Geddon. Spider-Geddon was a great book, but they're keeping the Amazing Spider-Man story separate from the Spider-Verse or Spider-Geddon storyline, which is fine with me. You know, they are touching it on it like we... Oh, no, wait. I'm not going to discuss that because that's this week's book. So I'm discussing last week's book.
Yep.
But same thought either way. I'll probably mention it again when it comes time.
We'll just cut and paste. It's fine.
Right. fix it in post. I'm actually gonna be discussing Daredevil number 609.
I'm sorry, that just feels like a real, like, appropriate room for let's do the time warp again. Because we're all stuck in a time warp. We're like, wait, what week are we? What are we doing? Because we're a little bit behind.
Time is a flat. What is it? I already forgot. Hold on.
It's a wibbly wobbly.
Time is a flat circle.
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 So Daredevil 609.
Yes.
Do a quick recap on the last couple Daredevil books because I don't remember what was going on.
The last couple Daredevil books we had a reader, one of the Inhumans, accidentally read Matt Murdock's fictitious. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Fictitious twin brother Mike Murdock read him into existence. They had the opportunity to wipe him out. They chose not to do so because at that point Matt had gained some sympathy for him and felt that he's a living being and deserved to live his life. He was running for his life and trying to get away. And Matt, he's like, he made the decision. He's like, I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. But, yeah, so he let him go. Then the following book started a new storyline with the death of Daredevil is the name of the storyline.
Oh, okay.
And then or is that this book?
Last thing I remember is he had pulled a gun on Foggy.
That was a really long time ago, though.
Yeah, that did happen a while back. He pulled a gun on Foggy, and anyway, whatever, and he eventually let him go, and he went and actually tried to apply with Fisk for help and whatever, and I'm guessing it's something we'll see that will definitely very much, like Matt said, come back and bite him in the ass.
Right.
So we'll catch up with that storyline, I'm sure, at some point. But the current one continued writing from Charles Soule and art by Phil Noto. This was, like I said, Death of Daredevil Part 1. It opens on a full-page splash of different memories from Matt's lifetime. Death of Elektra, when he lost his sight, fighting the Hand, Blind Spot, his former protege. And then on the next page we see Murdock laid out on an operating table with doctors scrambling, around hurriedly trying to save his life. We see one of the doctors ask what had happened to him, and he's told that an autoped, which I think is probably like a automated Uber, something like that, nailed him in the middle of a crosswalk. And from the EMT's description, it didn't sound very good. It wasn't pretty. The doctor recognizes him right away as Matt Murdock, the hero mayor that saved New York, while it was in chaos, while Fisk was indisposed. He was having medical issues. And she decides that she doesn't want to be the one to have him die on her table. This is a prestigious guy, and so she makes every effort to save his life. She makes an incision to survey the internal damage, and Matt begins to seize. And all the while, we're seeing flashes to what happened prior to his OR visit. We see him sitting at a cafe, quote unquote, looking at a newspaper. And he senses an oncoming disaster in the form of a distracted truck driver in a speeding vehicle approaching a distracted kid in the crosswalk.
Head. His phone.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Head down in his phone, yeah. And Matt senses he's not going to have enough time to save him, but he has to try. So he jumps into the crosswalk, shoving the kid out of the way, landing in a crouch position, taking solace. I'm reading directly out of my notes. Taking solace in the fact that the kid was saved, but hitting him, or putting him in the direct path of the speeding semi. The next panel goes completely blank with a small thud, indicating that,
he got hit.
he got hit, yeah. We get another full-page splash with Matt, visibly badly broken, laying in the street. Onlookers surrounding him, and here we get the reveal of the issue title, Thanatophobia, which means fear of death.
Great.
So, back in the OR, the doctor discusses contacting any family or figuring out emergency contacts for Matt, and while they're doing the best they can to patch him up. The next thing we see is inside Matt's mind, and we see Daredevil in full costume, sitting in a meditating position, levitating, and he's approached by Stick, his old mentor, who's dead, but he said, "What are you doing up here?" And Daredevil says, I'm doing what you taught me to do, meditating and centering myself, drawing on natural energy to accelerate healing. And Stick's like, "Psh, what did I teach you? That's not what I taught you," and he starts like swinging at him and hitting him with his staff and whatever, and then Daredevil's finally able to block it, and he says, "You taught me to fight," and so the next thing we see is Foggy coming to visit him in the hospital, and he apparently made it through, it was like 11 hours in surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's attempting to get back up on his feet to go stop Fisk,
Yeah, probably not gonna happen.
He says he doesn't know how long he has left just because of that. He's like, I put myself in danger all the time. And none of us really know how long we have left. And
Could he have taken that from a certain Uncle Ben in a certain universe,
right.
in a certain other comic?
Right. It sounds a little familiar, yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. Eat the rice, it's nice. Uncle Ben's rice, come on.
Uncle Ben's rice, it's nice. So nice you ate it twice.
Is that it?
Oh, that's probably not good.
So later we see Matt.
What just happened?
We see Matt at the Inhuman hideout, which was a library. There is Frank McGee, the former security guy.
Related to the reporter McGee,
Right.
as we've discussed.
Right. Cypher, a decoder, as it says in the name.
Yeah.
And Reader are all there. And Matt's trying to convince them to take up a new tactic to look at what they're doing, not as an investigation, but as an actual war. And he doesn't want to keep secrets from his allies any longer, and he reveals himself to be, because he's Matt at this point, but
right.
He reveals himself to be Daredevil. They were all under the impression that he just worked closely with Daredevil.
Like comic books.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They decided they should go after Fisk's right-hand man, James Wesley, which...
Oh!
Yeah.
They just need to get Karen on.
Yeah. We've been watching season 3 of Daredevil. It's been pretty awesome. I'm digging it.
I watched like 2 episodes, but yeah.
It's aight.
Spoiler alerts. I'm a huge Bullseye fan, so I've been pretty happy with what they've done so far. Yeah, we're an episode and a half away from finishing it.
Yeah. Somebody got tired.
Yeah.
That would be the both of us.
Yeah.
So,
I went to sleep far before you guys did. I was like, I'm out.
yeah, she tapped out, and they were like, "Yeah, it's."
I had to go write fan fiction. I'm sorry.
I had to post an episode.
Priorities.